bush is absolutely glorious. Its wildlife is so different to me. Wow, have a look at this little beauty. This is one of the reasons I've travelled so far to come to the United States. I'm fascinated by rattlesnakes. Now, fascination is one thing, but I certainly use fear, common sense and respect of any venomous animal. The rattlesnake, of course, he commands a lot of respect. Now, they're very obvious in their body structure. I'll just get a few of these leaves off him. And you'll be able to have a look at his body structure. Have a look at that buffy head. Nice, solid head. He's a little beauty. And if you just have a look on the end of his tail, there's that rattle. If you ever come across a snake and you can't tell what species it is, always consider that it is a wild animal and should be treated with a lot of respect. A lot of rattlesnakes will not tolerate being picked up, handled, and it's quite a cool day. Snakes being cold-blooded animals, they rely on the air temperature to boost their own body temperature, and they love the sunshine.
I am truly amazed at Steve's skill with this rattlesnake. I've seen people try to handle them before, but this is incredible. Steve has a real gift, almost a sixth sense when it comes to these fast-striking snakes. We're visiting Brad Tillman's reptile facility where he keeps over 1,000 animals. Brad shares our love for teaching people just how special snakes, lizards, and other cold-blooded animals are.
Quiet here. Quiet. Thank you. Rattle. Quiet. See, it's trained. I love doing that. I'm holding his tail so he can't rattle so I can talk. But the thing with the rattlesnakes, they're in the most highly evolved family of snakes, which are the pit vipers. And the reason they're considered evolved is they can use their fangs can actually fold. And if you don't grab them very carefully, they can actually fold part of their face around and tag you. They have the heat sensing pits here, which are like a radar system. And they have these folding fangs. Now I'm going to open his mouth here to roll back his fangs. And you see his fangs are tucked closed there, and they're covered by a membrane. But if I lift up and then roll this pen back, it'll roll that membrane right back, and you can see the fangs.
Brad's got some enormous pythons, and although they've got no fangs or venom, they possess incredible strength. And it takes all three of us to wrangle this little ripper.
About it. You right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's a little champion. Do you breed with this one? Not personally. That's why I'm really desperate. Super at it. Cut. Side by side, and that's what's really interesting. That would be really good. You see the contrast. Yeah. See, it's not pure white. Yeah. It's just missing the one. And where it's black is white, and where it's
Burmese pythons grow to be one of the largest snakes in the world. Nearly full-grown, this python would be over 16 feet long and weighs nearly 100 kilos. These huge constrictors hone in on their next meal by using heat pits and their forked tongue to sense a warm-blooded mammal. I think this one's honing in on our cameraman. No, I think the one on the left's a little cuter.
Same snake as we have down there. This is what's known as an albino, and an interesting thing, a lot of people think an albino would be white. So you can see this has a lot of yellow in it, and an albino just means it's missing the dark pigment. If you look where the black is here, the melanins, those melanins are absent. There's no genes for producing melanins in this snake, and where those blacks are, you have white. And where the normal, some of the other colors are, you still see those yellows or some of the other colors. So.
Oh, she's getting down now, Brad.
Albinos are quite rare in the wild because they are really easy for predators to spot. Without their normal large colours, an albino would be taken up in the food chain not long after birth or hatching. Snakes have no legs or limbs. They use their muscular bodies to pull themselves along.
Wow, they're beautiful.
And this pair of pythons are placid and allow us to enjoy a really close encounter. Interestingly, they've got no eyelids, so their eyes are always open, even when they're asleep. And these ones just love Terry.
Eating frenzy.
Here are some familiar faces. Green pythons are found in the northeast corner of Queensland, Australia. We are proud to have bred the largest clutch of green pythons in Australia back at our fauna park on Queensland's Sunshine Coast. These tropical snakes come in a variety of colors, from brick red to bright yellow and even blue, but most are a brilliant green.
Here's another fellow Aussie, the bearded dragon.
Keep the basal temperature up pretty high, but
What's Steve up to now?
Just take out that middle divider and just make them big.
He's a hognose snake. Looks very similar to a rattlesnake, and that sounds a little bit like one too. They're virtually harmless.
Look what I found at Brads World. Isn't he cute? This is an African bullfrog, and he's just gorgeous. Every day's a good day, and he's not really in any big hurry. And what Brad feeds him here are things as big as a mouse.
You can see this big old bloke here, he's actually a burrowing frog, and he'll nestle down into the sedges, weeds, reeds, leaf litter. Now this is a tree frog, and you can see he's got suction pads on his feet. How's this one urinating on Terry? Great stuff. You're a happy frog. Now it's back to the mission. We must get back to the job of shifting Terry's cougar, Melina.